Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Ms. Jerri. First, I want to say thank you for coming to this area and also for actually taking questions.
Of course.
I'm a homeless outreach coordinator. So what I do is actually, I'm on the street talking to the folks that are unhoused right now. Our biggest, absolutely, mental health is huge. I mean, that is a huge issue. I do wish that we had more mobile mental health units that would go around with our local police or even folks like me that go and just talk to them. But our biggest problem that we have is affordable housing. And I mean that across the board, because not only families, we all need affordable housing, but elderly, I'm talking 50 and above, we've got so many. We're housing a fella in 2 days at 70 years old. His wife died. There's so many people that end up out here, and there are so many elderly. When you draw like $946 a month, and the fair market value on one bedroom is $1,100, it just doesn't make sense. We need affordable housing for all. We definitely need affordable housing for our mentally challenged and our elders. And I was just wondering, and that's even in the next stage, like once they need nursing homes. There's no housing like nursing home or for mentally challenged folks. What is your thoughts on that? Like, how would you address that?
Again, this is mostly a budgeting thing. So we have a housing authority. We have the ability to give people housing vouchers, rental support. There's not a state in the country where on minimum wage you can afford a one-bedroom apartment. Not one. So I met a girl actually the last time we were in East Tennessee. Sadly, she had just come out and she was living with her family and working in the family business, and they were going to put her out on the street. And what she came to me and said is, I can find a job, but I can't find a job that helps me afford a house. And she just cried in my arms. And I first said, you're loved, you're fine, you're going to find your people. And I pointed her, I need you to take it one bite at a time. So whatever that bite is, if it's saving up for first and last and you got to stay on a friend's couch, that's also being unhoused, by the way. But it's overwhelming, like you said, for the elderly to the youth. So again, this is something that, and you know what else is crazy? Do you know if you are living in poverty but you're going to college, you can't get housing vouchers? Like, we disincentivize people from getting a degree. I know, it doesn't make any sense. See, these are things we can change. So there are ways and places. This is mostly a funding issue. We also need to put funding into places and organizations like yours that fill in the gaps. We have a great place in Memphis called The Hub. We have a union mission, and they help fill in the gaps. I know a lot of churches do that as well and do that sort of outreach. I did actually help work with our mayor. We have 2 full-time mental health counselors that are on call for if, like the other night, like we need someone to come out and help us with the schizophrenic. And then we also gave funding to our local mental health hospital so that our police can go drop them off there instead of dropping them off at our jail. Now, I will tell you this. My guy was in a wheelchair because he was a double amputee, and they didn't want to take him because they said his wheelchair was a weapon. So we had to take him to a different hospital. But that's okay, because then I went and yelled at the first hospital and their board and said, you're not going to get any more government money if you can't comply with ADA. Turns out they love wheelchairs. One tough mother, right? Really, thank you for what you do. And I want to say I'm in particular very disgusted that in Memphis they are saying that men in fatigues with guns are going to help our homeless population. It's absolutely terrible. We're doing everything in our power to ask them not to do that and to keep them on. Actually, we have a river that's full of tires that we're asking them to clean up instead. If we're going to put them to work doing something, we don't want them interacting with homeless people. We'd rather them be out there cleaning up our environment.